How are your exams, by the way? Have you got
Yeah,
all of your exams?
pretty much well, I think.
Yeah. You're in second semester, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
are on second semester.
Okay, and I assume that uh you're well, who's your grammar teacher actually?
Lu mau mobil bang?
Our grammar teacher,
Tinggal mobilnya.
Miss Bintang.
Balik mana bang?
Oh,
Hah?
Miss
Ya
Bintang.
udah, hati-hati.
Mhm.
Ah,
Yeah. Well, she's a new lecturer in our uh in our prodi ya.
Oh,
Hey, wait. All right. So basically, wait. So basically, this meeting is for the preparation for our midterm exam, as well as talking a little bit about the second meeting. And do you have any questions so far about the previous meetings, from the first meeting until the sixth meeting? Are there any
is it?
difficulties?
Mm,
Are all of you workers?
yeah, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Who is currently unemployed here?
Alright.
Is there anyone who's unemployed? Or full working? I mean, from Sunday. I mean, from Monday to Saturday.
Uh, um, Saturday and Sunday, I got a day off, so no.
Okay, so you only work from Monday to Friday then.
Yep, Monday to Friday only.
What about the others? Are all of you busy? Are all of you able to, to follow the classes so far? I mean, with the other lecturers too. The whole
Sometimes,
college.
sometimes when we're getting busy, and it's quite difficult to catch up with the lesson, I guess. But it's fine.
Yeah. I just want you to know that. I mean, all of you. Yeah. I want all of you to know that currently we are facing difficulties. Yeah. Not just you, but all of us. I mean, most of us are having difficulties, and some of us unfortunately have to drop out from college. They have to stop because they cannot pay the tuition, and especially if they have already gone until the third semester. Yeah. And it's quite unfortunate, I think. That's why
Yeah.
apart from being unable to pay the tuition, some of them are also very busy with their life. Yeah. If you if your problem is having no money to pay the tuition, well, I cannot say anything at all. Yeah, I can't say anything much. But if your problem is too busy or something, yeah, I think, just spending just an hour or so to finish your forum and quiz, I think that will be enough, yeah. Especially from me, because I especially made things easier for my students because I know that all of you are working, and I make sure that the forum and quiz is simple and the material is easy to understand, although it's quite wordy, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Thank you, sir,
yeah,
for your understanding.
yeah, this applies to not just to your class, but my other classes, because I have found that some of the lecturers, especially, they still have something. They still have something like a ideology, because they're pretty idealistic people, and they think that you as workers are pretty much the same as the regular students. Yeah, regular students don't really they don't have any problems with studying because they don't have
Yeah.
any job, right? They have
Yeah.
no responsibilities.
Yeah.
That's why
They have full time. They have
yeah,
full time to.
they have a lot of time. They have a lot of
Yep.
time to study, to
Yeah.
to learn, to finish their forum or quiz if they have, or any assignments. But workers are pretty much, they're quite busy, and it's quite shameful. I mean, I'm quite ashamed if some of my fellow lecturers would be, making things difficult for the students. Okay, and I just want you to if there are lecturers who are purposefully making things difficult, you can ask me, and I'm going to help you to talk to that lecturer to make things easier for you. Okay?
All right. All right,
Yeah.
sir.
I just want you to know that, okay? Because yeah, well, workers, what can I say? They need to work.
Yeah.
All right,
We
let's get
spend almost all our time
yeah.
working.
Yeah, I know. I know. The other day there was a student from public relation, you know. He had to stop. He had to quit the the campus, the college. He had to drop out because he couldn't get any job. Yeah, couldn't get any job, and he couldn't pay the tuition. Well, what can I say? What can I even do in that kind of situation, right? And yeah, well, we're in a difficult situation. Okay. Um, I just want to ask, what about the previous 6 meetings? Are there any difficulties so far from understanding the cross-culture communication?
So far, no, sir. As for me, but I don't know the others.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think I quite understand, sir. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good. Yeah. At least I don't have to, spend a lot of time to explain. Well, our seventh meeting, this material is called co-cultures. Okay, I'm going to share you the screen. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the 7th meeting, yeah, co-cultures, and the co-culture is living within a multicultural world. Okay, what is co-cultures? So the co-cultures is basically when members of a co-culture they usually share a number of other similar characteristics. For example, they have the same religion, they have the same economic status, they have the same ethnic background, age, gender, or sexual preference. Yeah. So the co-cultures bring their experience and ways of interaction to an intercultural encounter. Okay. Their distinctive communicative behaviors may be baffling to outsiders. For example, yeah, uh, an Asian American, when they interact from the highly individualistic Euro American, yeah, the dominant culture of Euro American, they will be something like when, for example, a Vietnamese American, yeah, this is Asian American. The Asian is the Vietnam, okay? Vietnamese American. Usually, Vietnamese American have strong extended family ties, okay? And it and they might feel that it is important to ask to be excused from work to help celebrate his uncle's birthday. But if we take a look from Euro American, they which focus more on the nuclear family, they might feel that such a request is inappropriate excuse for a day off, you know. Like for example in Indonesia, yeah. Um, I told you that there's a student from PR who had to quit because he couldn't get any job and he couldn't get any money. Yeah, because he didn't have any job.
Okay.
Do you know why he couldn't get any job? This is because he is one of the member. He is one of the follower of uh, Gereja Advent. If you know something about it, yeah. So basically, uh, people from Gereja Advent they take Saturday off because Saturday is a Sabbath. Yeah, if you know Sabbath, it's basically a holiday off. Yeah, they had to stop working in Saturday. Meanwhile, in our culture, we don't do that, right? We don't do Sabbath day. And what about the other workers then? I mean, the employers. The employers would want the employee to to work on Saturday sometimes. Yeah. Uh, you told me that your work is only from Monday to Friday, right? You just told me that you have a Saturday and Sunday off, and it is unfortunate that your fellow student couldn't get that kind of job. Whenever he applied for work, yeah, well, he couldn't get the schedule with free Saturday. You know,
Oh.
that's why he would always quit his job because he couldn't get the the Saturday off. Okay, and that's why he had to stop. He had to stop because he couldn't get any job. He couldn't make any money. Couldn't make money, yeah, from his job. It's quite. This is
So,
quite
so
the exact example of this co-culture, because from our point of view as the dominant culture, yeah, we don't really care about the Saturday off or holiday or the Sabbath day, but this is different with the, you know, collectivistic co-culture, which is the follower of Gereja Advent. Yeah, this is why being able to understand this kind of thing is important, because uh, if yeah, if someday you were in his position, what would you feel? What would you think? Yeah, because if we have insufficient information about these people from co-cultures, this will make us, you can think of stereotypes and prejudice. Who still remember stereotypes?
uh, Bang Anas matiin dulu.
Okay, who still remember stereotypes here?
Stereotypes. What is it again? Wait.
Yeah, okay. The stereotypes and prejudice. Yeah, they are really, basically they're the same thing, I think, in my opinion. Yeah, when you put a stereotype on people, for example, if we usually call a person from Padang to be stingy, and then from Batak to be, you know, very, they are very emotional, right? That is the stereotypes. And from that stereotypes, we tend to prejudice about them. Yeah. Just because they are from Batak, yeah, then we will think that he or she is a person with, explosive anger. Yeah, with they need anger management, or something. This is the prejudice, and this kind of thing is, this will hinder your communication later, if you cannot, uh, if you cannot understand how to communicate properly. Yeah. Can you follow me so far?
Little, sir.
Yes.
I got a picture, a part of it. I know.
Okay, I know that this
I mean,
topic is quite difficult if we discuss it in English. Do you mind if we switch to Indonesian so I can explain it to you better? Or do you want me to stay in English? What about the others?
just mix.
I want to hear the others' opinions.
And for my opinions, maybe mix it with it
I
between Indonesian
think you,
and English.
yeah. Yes, you can mix.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, just tell me if you found any difficult word from me, and I will explain it to you in Bahasa. All right?
All right.
Okay. Let's continue then. So in So in culture, there are the issues of dominance and non-dominance in intercultural communication. There is the concept of intracultural communication. This is within the non-dominance intercultural communication, yeah. The label intracultural communication is basically wait. So this type of communication is take usually takes place between members of the same dominant culture, but with slightly different values. For example, they are Indonesian. Yeah, this is the for example from Javanese people. For example, they are the dominant culture, but some of them have slightly differing values. Yeah, they go the people from Javanese which has differing values, they are called the groups with subcultures. Yeah, subcultures, they have different value of certain things from Javanese people. That's the example of subcultures. Okay, so they hold a minimal number of values that differ from the mainstream. Yeah, which is the mainstream is the what? The Japanese. Yeah, they have different values from the mainstream. Okay, as well as from other subgroups. So these differences are not sufficient to identify them as separate cultures, but diverse enough to set them apart from each other and the culture at large. Yeah, when we are communicating between members of such subcultures, this is called intracultural communication. So what does it mean then when we use intracultural communication? It's when we are communicating with people, like from my example is from the Japanese people. The Japanese usually they are quite, they're quite mellow, or quite, what is it, what do we call it in English? I forgot. Agak-agak ini loh, kayak orang Jawa itu kan kadang-kadang agak lemah lembut gitu ya. But there are certain Japanese people with, they have the tendency to, you can say that they are quite agak galak begitu. Ya, kan tidak 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 menutup kemungkinan kalau orang Jawa itu ada yang misalnya punya watak seperti orang Batak misalnya gitu, yang agak agak keras gitu kan. Nah, ini kita harus paham. Jadi kita nggak bisa berkomunikasi dengan mentang-mentang mereka itu dari suku Jawa atau suku Batak, terus kita menganggap mereka itu seperti yang kita pikirkan gitu loh. Karena dalam ini ya, dalam yang dominant culture itu ada yang berbeda biasanya dari mereka. Jadi kita nggak bisa main mematok begitu aja untuk menilai mereka itu seperti apa gitu. Gitu. Okay, this is a frame of reference for intracultural communication, the society and culture. The I also have some problems with the module sometimes because this is there's too much information in the module. Yeah, it's different with teaching grammar or or any other subjects where it's full of the theories and then I can explain it to you. But this is full of explanation. This is full of story, full of it's too wordy and sometimes it's quite hard to explain what has already been explained in the module. Yeah.
It's kind of like we learn about what is it, TPS, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, this is the exact social of the because the culture, yeah, social. That's why please bersabar kalau belajar kayak gini karena memang materinya itu cukup rumit ya, cukup apa ya, lebih kita cukup perlu apa ya, banyak gimana sih bilangnya, pengertian gitu loh. Soalnya ini masalahnya pelajaran ini tuh kita kan belajar bagaimana cara mengerti kulturnya orang lain gitu. Bagaimana kita bisa berkomunikasi dengan orang dari kultur yang berbeda, dari budaya yang berbeda. Apakah mereka itu orangnya bagaimana, yang seperti apa. Kita juga harus paham kalau kita nggak bisa melihat dari mukanya, kita nggak bisa melihat oh ini orang berasal dari sini, terus kita menganggap mereka itu orangnya seperti ini, ya. Kalau kalian mau tahu, Pak Todo itu dia orang Batak ya, tapi dia orang Batak tapi seperti orang Jawa gitu loh. Kalian tahu Pak Todo kan?
We know.
Yeah.
Since our first semester.
Iya, dia itu kan kaprodi kita semua nih, ya. Dia itu kan Pak Kaprodi. Dia itu orang Batak gitu. Tapi dari sifat memang lebih mirip orang Jawa gitu loh. Dia tuh orangnya sangat-sangat halus gitu, ya. Sangat-sangat seperti orang Jawa, persis seperti orang Jawa. Makanya itu loh contoh kalau kita tuh nggak bisa mematok begitu aja untuk sebuah kultur, ya. Nah, bagaimana dengan yang di dunia sekarang ini? Dunia sekarang ini kan kita bisa ngomong kayak gini ya, tatap maya gitu. Meskipun saya nggak ngelihat muka kalian nih. Nah, kita bisa tatap maya meskipun dari jarak berapapun gitu. Meskipun kalian ada di luar negeri misalnya gitu kan. Bagaimana dengan yang orang kita kan masih satu negara, masih satu ini ya, masih satu negara, satu bangsa. Ya mungkin berbeda agama, berbeda suku, tapi kan nggak terlalu jauh lah, kita masih bicara satu bahasa gitu. Bagaimana dengan orang yang di luar negeri gitu? Sudah berbeda bahasa, berbeda agama, berbeda kultur, berbeda semuanya. Bagaimana kita mau komunikasi dengan mereka gitu? Ya. Apalagi dengan ini yang co-culture. Co-culture itu yang tadi saya bilang itu. Jadi mereka itu tuh punya kesamaan yang mirip dengan kulturnya kita gitu. Misalnya orang kita orang Indonesia itu kan kebanyakan mayoritas itu orangnya orang Islam. Biasanya orang-orang yang Islam itu mereka sangat-sangat peduli dengan orang-orang yang dari negara lain itu yang dari negara Islam juga. Misalnya seperti dari Arab atau dari Palestina, ya. Itu mereka cenderung merasa masih satu gitu loh, masih satu jenis gitu, ya. Bagaimana dengan orang Indonesia yang misalnya keturunan Tionghoa? Gitu. Oh ya, mereka justru kadang-kadang tergantung keturunannya juga. Ada yang keturunan misalnya orang tuanya dari Cina atau dari Taiwan. Kalau keturunan Taiwan, maka mereka kurang suka dengan orang dari Cina gitu, meskipun sama gitu kan. Itu yang seperti itu yang dibahas dalam uh, apa namanya mata kuliah ini gitu. Ini untuk sisanya saya rasa bisa dibaca sendiri ya, kan ini sudah cukup jelas sebenarnya. Oke. Oh iya, untuk soal UTS-nya kalian sudah lihat belum?
I'm not yet open it.
Okay, you haven't opened it yet. Okay, I've already posted the 7 forum quiz as well as the model as well as the midterm exam. Jadi itu nanti ada 4 apa 5 gitu, 5 soal. Nah itu saya ngambilnya itu dari pertemuan-pertemuan sebelumnya ya. Saya cuma minta kalian itu menjelaskan hal-hal sederhana aja yang sesuai dengan pengertian kalian. Nah, itu dijawabnya itu kalian sudah tahu kan ditaruhnya di mana? Lembar jawabannya.
Sudah cek.
Lembar jawabannya itu yang ada di dashboard itu yang paling atas.
Iya.
Ya. Terus untuk apa namanya? Submitnya sudah tahu kan? Tetap di jam yang sama seperti jam kuliahnya. Ya. Are there anyone who's who works in night shift?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Then what about the others?
I
do.
Sometimes I work overtime sometimes, so yeah.
Okay, just in case ya, just in case that you couldn't get the time to submit your exam paper, you can ask your friends for help. You can give your ID and password to your kuliah online web to your friend, to your trusted friend, and then you can ask him or her to submit your exam paper. Yeah, this is to avoid avoid missing the time for submitting. Okay.
Okay.
Ya, pokoknya
Alright.
tetap itu ya. Ini sudah tinggal 4 menit lagi. Jadi saya rasa cukup untuk penjelasannya. Bentar.